Ladies and gentlemen, welcome
that was
back. Me and Tyrone, we're back at it again with another AFL video. We're doing an AFL ladder prediction. We're going to be going over from 18th to 1st. I haven't seen Ty's, he hasn't seen mine. I'm pretty sure mine are pretty basic, so I'm hoping yours are hella controversial to spice up.
Mine's very basic.
Okay, to spice up this video. We're going to see anyway, but we're starting off with number 18. This is probably going to get cut into a separate clip for this video because
I know you're 18, and it is preposterous.
we're going to be talking about now the wooden spoon, and I'm going to start off with who I easily think is going to win the wooden spoon for this 2024 AFL season.
North Melbourne.
And that's got to be North Melbourne.
How?
You cannot tell me, right? West Coast, don't get me wrong, they didn't really improve. But the only thing North Melbourne improved on so far is youth. If we're going to look at their team, in the top 10 in their best and fairest, I think they had Jack Zabel, Todd Goldstein, Ben Mackay, and Liam Shields were all in the top 10 in their best and fairest. All of those guys are gone. Liam Shields probably not going to play much footy next year. Goldstein's gone to the Bombers. Zabel's coaching at Richmond. Look, I think North will have a huge improvement from a lot of their young guys. But we got to remember, their number one key defender most likely next year will either be Aiden Core or an 18-year-old they're just going to draft. And I can't imagine when Richmond took Josh Gibkiss a couple years ago, if we played him as our number one key defender, he wouldn't be getting 10 kicked on him every week.
Okay.
Tell me how I'm wrong.
So, my 18th spot is West Coast. Okay? Who's West Coast's main key back? Like McGovern or something?
Yeah, McGovern if he's healthy.
He's not healthy 90% of the time.
Yeah.
Then who's this second key back?
Barras.
Oh, yeah, true.
Are you rethinking? Bro's rethinking the decision.
No, West Coast are coming last.
West Coast's fourth best key backman will probably be better than North Melbourne's best key backman next year.
Even so, like, West Coast have nothing. They are so shit. They have Oscar Allen and Tom Barras.
Yeah. Look, I just think if West Coast are a little bit more healthier next year, and with a couple of their draft picks, hopefully get Jai Cully back, the team should look...
Jai Cully alone will carry West Coast to 14th position, I bet.
Look, with 17th, I've now got the West Coast Eagles. I'm guessing you have North at 17th.
North Melbourne at 17.
Look, me and Tyrone, we're on a similar page here, I think, as most. We're just interchangeable.
I think, okay, so West Coast finished last this year, this past year. I don't see how they can improve at all.
Yeah.
North Melbourne have a bunch of young players. Sheasel, Wardlaw, even LDU is young.
I'll question you on what you said then.
Okay.
You said West Coast won't improve at all. I agree. I don't think West Coast are going to improve.
I think North will go backwards.
I don't think they're going to go backwards. I think they're going to go younger.
So, but they have to go backwards to finish.
It's not really
18th.
Going backwards because they're just playing all these younger players.
Yeah,
I don't see it as a backwards move playing an 18-year-old over Jack Zabel and Liam Shields.
Yeah, but Zabel, he had no impact. Zabel had zero impact.
Got rid of Aaron Hall, Aiden Bonner. Look, none of these guys have impact, but they can still keep you in a game. Look, you're gonna they're gonna get thrashed so many games next year just because all their young players.
Sheasel is like 10 times better than Zabel anyway.
Yeah, but he played last season.
Yeah, but Zabel took Sheasel's role for a lot of games.
Oh, I mean,
Sheasel will just slide straight in where Zabel was, and he'll play that role.
Look, whether or not West Coast or North, whoever's going to finish last, you cannot deny that North Melbourne aren't going to get thrashed a ton of games next year.
No, they still will, but
they have to.
How many games did they win last year?
Like, same as West Coast. They both won 3.
3 games. Yeah. They'll win more than that this year. They'll win 4.
No, look, if they do, whatever. Moving on to 16th now.
Oh, 16th.
This is where I get my probably questionable one. I don't know if I'll get roasted in the comments, but I've actually, oddly enough, got Fremantle finishing 16th. I know. Look, I think Fremantle have a lot of good players, but I don't know. I think their 16, the 24-man rotation is one of the worst in the AFL, if not the worst.
I mean, they're pretty bad, but
they just lose so many players every year, and they're good players. Schultz was like their best forward this year, and he's gone.
Yeah,
maybe. Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't think about that. I've got, at 16 though, I have Gold Coast at 16,
okay.
which I think that's pretty fair.
I don't mind that, yeah.
They they have Damien Hardwick now, but let's be honest, I don't think that will save them.
Nah.
So, who's your 15?
15, I got Gold Coast.
Okay.
So I know some people think Gold Coast are going to push for the 8. I actually don't think that's their objective. Correct me if I'm wrong with this, but what Damien Hardwick's probably going to do is play a ton of the young guys this year. They're going to have 4 academy dudes in the top 20. And most of those guys are going to play footy in round 1. Is that not wrong?
I mean, yeah, that's fair. But, yeah, I mean, yeah, sure. So what? That was 15.
Well, what was your reason for having them at 16th?
Same reason. But
Just you think they're going to play the younger?
Yeah, exactly. And, I mean, they're pretty poo. Let's be honest. 15, I have Hawthorn.
Whoa!
I have Hawthorn at 15.
Wow!
No, that's
I got Hawthorn
fair.
jumping this year.
Yeah, I mean, they're jumping up from 16
to 15.
to 15. So,
All right.
I mean, I think they showed good signs this year. They beat Melbourne, beat Saints. I mean, that's tough to beat Saints.
You don't think their inclusions are good enough to...
I think they beat Collingwood as well.
I think they did.
Probably, so.
Yeah.
But they lose Kaczynski, which isn't a major loss anyway.
Nah,
But
he's
I
crap.
think they'll win a few more games this year, but they won't move up that much.
I'll have like Richmond fans like destroying me in the comments. How could you say Kaczynski's crap? I'm a Richmond fan. He's pretty bad at footy.
Yeah, he sucks.
Yeah, so you got Hawthorn in 15th.
I do.
I got Gold Coast in 15th. 14th, who do you have?
I have the flag mantle.
Wow. So
Not really flag mantle, because they aren't going to win a flag.
No, they're not going to
Yeah,
for a long time.
I got, Fremantle.
So why do you have them? Get your eyes away from my
I have them
list.
so low, I have them so high.
Why do you have them higher than I do at 16th?
I mean, I don't think that 2 years ago, they were
Fifth,
a decent
which
team.
is crazy, yeah.
So I think they dropped off last year. I think they'll slide, not slide down, but like come up a bit this year. They aren't that bad of a team.
2 years ago, though, they had about 6 extra players than what they do now.
Yeah.
That's the issue. They've lost like 6 genuine guys in the last couple of years.
Yeah, I mean, that's all right. I think their list is still pretty good. Their midfield's good. Backline is decent.
I was probably a bit harsh for putting them in 16th. I'm not going to lie. They're probably not going to finish 16th.
16, yeah, I think it's
But
a bit
I just
low,
don't know. I feel like some teams got to drop.
Yeah, I know. I think out of any of the teams to drop, it could be Fremantle
Yeah.
or Gold Coast.
14th, I have Richmond.
What? At 14?
I have Richmond at 14th.
Wow.
I know. Look,
Wow.
as a Richmond fan, I think we could push for the 8, but there's a big but here. Josh Gibcus probably going to be out for a lot of the year with that hamstring. Tom Lynch, even if he does play round 1, this dude is still walking around in a moon boot in November. That's a concern.
I mean, yeah, but...
He hasn't even ran. Like,
yeah, that's all right. He's a key forward. He can just stand in the goal square and
nah, look.
take clunks.
There's a chance he might miss a lot of games. There's a chance he's probably not going to come back like he was. He might need time to get back into it. Not just that, I don't know if I really like some of the players, the depth that Richmond have now. Like, I just think it was really shown in the last game where they finally dropped Camden McIntosh. They finally dropped Marlon Pickett. Those players should not be getting games in the AFL now. Like, a team who's competing for the 8 is not playing Marlon Pickett, Camden McIntosh, Ryan Mansell.
Yeah, you guys definitely won't make the 8. Like, I don't think that's really an option for you guys this year.
Those role players are just not good anymore. And that's unfortunate to say because McIntosh and Pickett have had incredible careers. They're just regressed.
I think 14 is still a bit low for Tigers. You guys, I mean, you'll drop off, but you guys aren't going to be that low, I don't think.
Well, we finished 13th last year.
Yeah, I reckon. Yeah,
And
with no Tom Lynch.
With no Tom Lynch. But look, we might add Tom Lynch and Kaczynski this year. But I think a lot of those older players are going to take that extra year of getting worse. Dylan Grimes is terrible now. He probably shouldn't be getting a game in the AFL. A couple other guys like that. And they'll need to put an emphasis on playing young guys like Sam Banks, Tom Brown, what have I forgotten his first name? I think it's Jacob Trezise. Is it?
Yeah, I think
so. And Juddy Clark. Morris Rioli Jr. All these guys are going to have to play much more footy next year, and Tyler Sonsi, they just haven't been given the full chance, and I think, it might be maybe a year to play those younger guys eventually, because goddamn, we've been taking a long time to do it. Should have done it last year.
You'll play younger guys. You'll kind of... I feel like this is going to be like your first year of kind of...
Having the young guys play some footy.
It's almost like the start of a rebuild.
Yeah.
Not quite.
It'll be like a rebuild on the run.
Yeah, so I don't think he'll be 14th.
Who do you have in 14th?
14. Oh, I have Freo. We said that.
Oh, you did?
13. I have Geelong.
Oh, okay. I've gone Hawthorn.
At 13?
I do. I think
that's a big jump.
It's a big jump, but I think they're ready for it.
Yeah, okay. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if they do jump up that high.
Yeah.
But, why do you think they'll jump up that high?
Well, statistically last year, they were they were a near top 8 team when Sicily and Mitch Lewis played. Like, they won...
Well, that's the thing, though. Mitch Lewis is always injured.
Yeah, he's always injured. But now they've added Marbia Chol. Should be a solid guy for them. Jack Ginnivan comes in there. I think Gunston won't play a whole lot, but he still adds another option, another leader down there. Also, down back, I think in the top 10, they'll probably draft a key backman nearly. That will free up Sicily a lot more. And if not, they might even go a key forward, like a Nate Caddy, who can move up the ground.
Yeah.
I'm thinking he would go good with Chol and Lewis.
Jeez.
Yeah. I think they've
got me excited for Hawthorn.
I think they've got some good players, and they're building on these younger guys. Like, their midfield's kind of solid. You got Newcomb,
Will Day,
Warple, Will Day.
Yeah, midfield's... They definitely have a good young team.
Yeah.
Like, they'll be a good team in a few years'
Well, it was
time.
their backline that was in strife because they just had no...
They have Sam Frost playing. Yeah. Like, you're in trouble.
And look, if you draft some guys down there, it kind of contradicts what I said about North Melbourne. But North Melbourne don't have James Sicily and, Giac down there to...
CJ.
To add
he'll be...
I think he'll be playing, yeah.
Why did he miss all this?
I think he got injured. Yeah. But they'll have that. North Melbourne don't have that. So...
I mean, yeah, that's fair.
We can't really compare Aiden Cole and what Aiden Bonner was last year to Giath and...
No, I think Hawthorn will be better than North Melbourne this year for sure.
Yeah, I think North will jump to 13th.
I think, with the inclusions Hawthorn have, maybe they do jump up a bit higher than what I have them.
Yeah, well, Ginnivan kicked 45 goals as well, and he's first proper year with Collingwood.
That's 90% of those were from high free kicks that he
Yes, that's true, but I think on Hawthorn he will add some scoring. And 13th you had Geelong.
Geelong. Who do they have?
Yeah.
I mean, they're just an old team. We said this when they won the flag, but they're just an old team. I don't know. They just don't have it anymore, I reckon.
I've got them at 12th.
12th.
I think Geelong played too many games at home to be a bad-ish team.
That's the only reason they're in 13.
Yeah.
If they didn't play at GMHBA,
they'd probably be last.
Lower. Yeah, so at 12, I have Tigers.
Okay.
Which is, I think that's about right.
Yeah.
12 for Richmond. You still have, I don't want to talk about Tigers too much because we just talked about them, but they still have Taranto. They still have Jacob Hopper, who will play more this year. Tom Lynch will come back. You still have Bolter down back. You have Loston. You still have a good team, but I just don't think you'll make the 8. But I don't think you'll be that low. You'll just be a average team that can take some scalps.
Tom Lynch, can he play some footy?
Yeah, yeah.
Because if not, you're relying on Jacob Kosicki to...
It's better than what you had last year.
Is Jacob Kosicki better than Jack Raywalt last year so far?
Yes, I hate Jack Raywalt.
He just doesn't like it.
What about 11?
11th, I have Adelaide.
Wow, okay. Why Adelaide at 11?
I think Adelaide are a bit overrated, to be honest, but I don't think they're bad enough to be 13th or anything.
The one thing I will say about Adelaide...
11th is a good spot, man.
Away from home, they are quite average, but when they play home, they are a very good team.
My theory is, if Taylor Walker doesn't kick 70 this year, let's just say he kicks 35, he should be at 34 years of age.
Yeah. Riley Tillthorpe, though, he'll just continue.
But he's trash. Adelaide fans know he's trash.
What, Tillthorpe?
Yeah.
No.
He's no good.
No, he's young. He's a young key forward. He's going to start off quite average, but
sending me to sleep with this Riley Thilthorpe talk. Who's at your 11th?
My 11. Who do I have at 11? I have the Western Bulldogs.
Whoa!
What, is that too low for you?
Yeah, that's too low for me.
They won't do any good with Beveridge as their coach anymore.
He is arguably one of the worst coaches in the game.
Imagine having Jack McRae, one of
Yes.
the best contested ball winners in the competition, and you play him at half forward. Like, what are you thinking? And then you have Bailey Smith, who's
As
a
your
gun
forward
young-
pocket.
Oh my god, Bevo! Anyway, yeah, they just no. They have too many key position players.
Is it proper for me to say they have a top 3 worst backline in the game? Does it?
Who do they have down
I think
back?
Dogs would agree with that.
They have-
Dogs fans.
They have
Liam Jones is their key defender.
Liam Jones.
They had Josh Bruce as their
Oh, they
next
have
key defender, but
Alex
he retired.
Keith.
Alex Keith, he's pretty
good.
trash.
Yeah, they definitely have a bad back line.
I've been saying this for ages. Move
Sam Darcy. Get
move
Sam
Darcy down back.
They have 20,000 key forwards.
And now you've got Jordan Croft, another key forward, going top 15 this year.
And they drafted Lob. Why would they draft a Lob?
Oh, they
Like,
signed
fucking-
Lob. Or traded for
sorry,
him.
yeah, not drafted. Yeah. They just. They're in shambles.
But I think
they're
their
still-
depth is way too good to
Their
be at
list
11th.
on paper is such a good team. Like their midfield would be top
Yeah.
3 on paper,
Yeah.
but like you just don't put McRae in there.
They
You
need
don't
another
put Bailey
forward pocket.
Smith. Like,
Look,
what are
with
you
their
thinking?
pick 4 or 5, I think it'll be pushed to like 5 or 6. If you're not going to draft a key defender with that pick, which they're probably not because there's going to be no key defenders probably there, you got to draft that. I forgot what his name is, but he's the dude who's like 170 centimeters, the small forward.
Nick Watson.
Nick Watson.
Yeah.
You got to draft him. Add another small forward to that team.
He's like a top 5 draft pick,
Yeah,
isn't he?
you get him at like pick 5.
Yeah.
Move
Maybe,
him down,
if you
so
like
play him forward. But then it's like, where are you going to put Bailey Smith? Where are you going to put Jack McRae?
Bailey Smith is gone next year.
Yeah, I think that's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
Pick 10.
I did have a sneak peek at yours.
Oh, okay.
I have the same. I have Saints at 10.
I have Saints at 10 as well. Hey, we finally got one. Let's go.
All right, yeah, I think that's. I mean,
And it's the team he goes for,
it's
too.
the team I go
So.
for. I mean, we made that. We were one of only 2 teams last year, along with Collingwood, that stayed in that 8 all year.
Yeah.
Which sounds pretty good, but I don't think we really deserve to make finals, if I'm being honest.
What's the guy's name you add again? Liam Henry.
Liam Henry.
Is Liam Henry
Paddy
enough to... Yeah, and Paddy Dow. Are they enough to keep you in the 8 when all the other teams got so much better?
No, I don't think so. Liam Henry, like they're both still young. Paddy Dow is, I mean, he's been in the system for a while now, but he's still a kid that hasn't had a lot of experience at
opportunity.
AFL. Yeah, so I think for the long run they'll both be really good at Saints, but I think for next year we will drop off a bit. But I mean, it is another preseason under Ross the Boss.
Ross the Boss. Have you seen that video of him just spewing?
Oh,
How funny is that?
Yeah.
Do you want to go? You want to go with number 9? You start off.
Yeah, because you've already said this team, which I find
Stop
pretty...
looking at my list, bro.
No, I'm not looking at your list, but you've already mentioned this team
okay.
lower down the ladder. Adelaide. I picked number 9. 9th on the ladder. Just missing out.
I think we swapped 9th and 11th. I have the Dogs at 9th.
Yeah, okay.
I think we swapped.
Did swap.
Um,
Dogs at 9.
I'll go with Dogs first. I think
That
the
is very
Dogs have
boring.
arguably... so they've got a top 3 midfield probably in the game.
Yeah.
They've probably got a top 5 forward line in the game. Close to
Oh.
it. Mate, we'll just say close to it. Close
Hold
to top
on.
5.
Who do they have? Norton.
Norton,
Who's-
Ugle Hagen, Cody Waitman,
Cody Waitman's like...
Bailey Smith now.
wouldn't-
Jordan Croft, Rory Lobb. Like, I know there's so many key
I'll
forwards
say-
in there.
I'll give you top 8.
Look, I would say near top 5, and then bottom 3 worst backline in the game.
Yeah. I mean,
Issue is they're going to
fair.
pile on the scoreboard like they did last year, but they get destroyed on their scoreboard as well. Easy to score against them. But they're too good to be not contending for the 8.
I think, yeah, I have them at 11, which still... I think you can say they're still contending for the 8, even
Yeah.
though they finished 11th. Like, you saw this year... I mean, what was the ladder this year? Like, Geelong...
They finished 9th, yeah.
So, what? Bombers finished 11th. Geelong Tigers finished 13th, and
Yeah.
only 2 games out of the 8, which really isn't.
Yeah, but look,
Like,
the Dogs...
It was closer than.
And if the
Well,
Dogs
that's
do
how.
what I said they should do earlier, where they draft Nick Watson, that forward line is going to be stacked even more.
Yeah, but you just don't need
And
it.
you already know Nick Watson's going to convert to the AFL straight away. Like, he'll be so good. Why do you have...
Surely they don't take Nick Watson though. Like,
I don't know. Well, we'll see. We'll
imagine
see.
Caleb Daniel and Nick Watson both on the same team.
Yeah,
Both
but that
absolute
doesn't matter.
Tiny miniatures that are size of year 7.
Bro, look, I'm taller than both of them, but I'm only taller than Nick Watson by about 2 centimetres.
That's pretty sad.
Do you want to fucking die? You're like 5 centimetres.
Hey, it's better than 2 centimeters.
Hey, Adelaide at 9th. Why?
Yeah, they're a decent team. Like, they're a young team. Like this past year, they finished
11th.
Did they?
10th. I think they finished 10th.
They finished 10th, which, I mean, if they got that win against Sydney like they should have, the Ben Keys goal, they would have been 2 points out of the 8. So, and... Oh, I know, that's Sydney. Never mind. They're a good young team, I think. Just another year, another pre-season. They'll benefit from it, so...
All right, we're moving to the top 8. Who do you have at 8th?
Who do I have at 8? Oh, this might... Oh, you haven't mentioned this team yet either. Okay, this is awesome. Okay, I have Bombers at 8.
Oh, I do not have the Bombers at 8.
What?
I've got them higher.
Wow.
I have Sydney at 8th.
Oh, okay.
I'll start off first. I think Sydney are a good team, but you cannot tell me... Like, I've been hearing people say they're top 4. Taylor Adams, Brodie Grundy, James Jordan. Who was the other guy? I forgot the fourth guy. They are not good enough to really explode this team, in my opinion. I think Brodie Grundy's what they need, but I don't think Brodie Grundy's that good anymore. Taylor Adams was not getting a game for Collingwood. Even though he was injured, he was not getting a game.
I don't know. I think...
James Jordan was probably not getting a game from that. But these are... What their argument will be is these guys were not getting games in the best teams in the AFL. But they were right there. They were like the 24th man.
Yeah, I think James Jordan won't... I mean, I reckon he'll get a game because Sydney are good at getting young players and somehow fitting them in the team and making them work. But I don't think James Jordan will do that much. I think Grundy is massive though. They needed a ruckman, and they got a ruckman, one of the best in their comp as well. So I reckon that's massive. Taylor Adams, I think he'll
be good.
I reckon he'll be good at Sydney.
And with the Bombers at 8th, that's...
Bombers at 8.
Not many people would have them in the top 8, and we both got them in the 8.
My whole family goes for Bombers, apart from me and Mum. So I hate to put them in the 8, especially when they replace Saints.
Yeah.
But I think with their inclusions this off-season, I think it just...
Yeah.
makes their team that much better. They're a young team as well, like really young. So yeah, I think getting Ben Mackay, even though it'll be like getting 1.5 million this year, which is way too much, but I think he just frees up Jordan Ridley, which is massive.
I've got them at 7th.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I think with the Bombers, my thinking is they were a really good team last season, but they were missing like four players. They needed a key defender badly.
Yeah, that frees up Laverde as well, which will be a lot better as a second key.
So they needed a key defender, a key forward, probably some more depth on that wing.
They needed like a small forward as well.
Yeah.
Like a proper small forward.
Probably a
which
proper
Jay
small
Gresham is
forward.
massive.
You bring in Ben Mackay as your key defender. You bring in Peter Wright and Hein. Oh, not Hein. What's his name? What was 23's name?
So, wait, what?
I forgot what number 23's name is.
For Bombers?
Yeah, but he's their other key forward who I think...
Harrison Jones.
Yeah, he missed a bit of footy with injury. You bring in both those two guys. You bring in another ruckman who adds depth there, who's arguably on a good day better than Draper.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I said it. I love Goldstein. I reckon he's a gun. But both of them will play a lot of footy. And you bring in Gresham, a guy who will probably kick 35 goals, 30 goals from next season and go in the midfield when they need him to.
No, I think he plays his best footy as a small forward.
I do agree with that.
At Saints, we try to push him through the midfield,
And it didn't work.
It doesn't.
But he didn't sign with the Bombers not to play midfield.
He'll
Because he
won't
would have
play-
gone. He could have gone to Richmond if he wanted to be a small forward.
Bombers don't need him in the midfield. They have way too many midfielders as it is. They do need some pace.
Do they?
Oh,
I don't know if they've got way too many midfielders.
Like, they drafted Elijah Zatos last year.
Yeah, but he's a winger.
And he's in the guts.
Nah, he'll play wing.
Nah, he's in the guts. And
they'll play him on the wing. Then they'll have Dursel on the wing as well.
He's like struggling to find a spot. They've Ben Hobbs the year before.
Yeah, Hobbs will play.
He struggles to find a spot.
Bashir's injured every second. Parrish or Merritt might miss a game or two. They needed that midfield. Who do you have at 7th?
I have Giants at 7.
Okay. Yeah, alright. Okay.
So, they could be higher, but I think 7
valid
is about right.
Nah, it's valid.
I think it's about right.
At 6, who do you have?
At 6. I have Sydney at 6.
Wow!
I think even though they aren't really contending for the top
Grundy
4,
will help out that much?
I think they'll push for a flag this year.
Yeah. I have Carlton. I couldn't put them in the 4. They're not good enough to be in the 4.
Oh,
Surely not. They're not good enough to be in the 4. But they're a great team. They play some good contested footy.
Based off their performance after the bye round last year.
It was pretty good.
I think they're a top 4
Wouldn't it be
side.
funny though if they just played the same footy they did at the first half of the year next year, and everyone's just like, "Oh man." 5th, I have Melbourne.
Melbourne at 5.
Melbourne's the tough one because no one knows where they're going to finish because they're so. Oh my god, it's got so many issues right now. I think Melbourne on their good day are the best team nearly in the AFL. They are nearly the best team in the AFL. Yeah. They need a key forward so bad. I'd be throwing everything at Tom Lynch after this year. Even if it's like a 2-year deal, 1.3 year just to match with Richmond's 1.5 that will be next year. Gotta do it because you need him so bad. It's another topic for a different video, but look, with how they're going right now, I just think with the issues, they probably drop out of the 4. Like, Joel Smith was okay. He's not that good, but he's one of the best players in the finals last year. You take him out.
He was insane.
Clayton Oliver, look, he might miss a bit of footy this year. We really don't know what's going to go on there. They still need a key forward.
Very good side. Like they've needed a key forward for the last few years.
Yeah.
And they've still found a way to make top 4 each year. So
I only have them dropping out of the 4 because I just don't know. Like it's such a I still think Melbourne are arguably the best team in the competition, and I think they're arguably the favourite to be better than Collingwood, but just with so much stuff that's going on, I don't think you can blame me for maybe having them in 5th. Plus, it's probably good ones last year.
Wow.
With all the...
Really?
Yeah, with everything that's been said about him, like, they roasted him on SCN, man. We know he's got issues on the sideline.
Yeah.
There's a reason they gave Andrew McQualter so much money to be their top assistant coach.
Do you reckon Adam Muse takes over?
Adam Muse coaches Richmond now, you wombat.
Oh, yeah, true.
Who do you have at 5th?
At 5, I have Carlton at 5.
Okay.
So, I think they can make top 4, but...
You just don't want to have them there either.
No, they're a good... I mean, I don't know. They're a good team, but I just don't know if they can be as good as they were. I mean, they'll be as good as they were after the buys last year, but I don't know if they can consistently be that good, if that makes sense. So
I get that.
I think they'll just miss out on the top 4. But
at 4th, I've got GWS, mainly because I just think they are one of the best teams in the comp. But can they keep it up all year? I can see them finishing 8th, but I still think they can push for the 4.
I can see, they're a team this year where they can make the top 4, or they could just make the 8.
Yeah, just miss out.
I think, I mean, they were one of the surprise teams last year. I reckon they were insane in the finals. I think everyone was hoping they'd make the grand final. And
they shouldn't get worse.
They won't get worse, I don't think.
Yeah, it should only be up from here.
You'd hope so, but I mean, who knows? It's Giants.
Yeah,
it's an expansion team.
Who's at your 4th?
I have Port Adelaide at 4, which I don't know with Port Adelaide. I have no idea with Port, but they're a good team. They've got a good list. They should be top 4, but
I had them in 3rd.
Yeah, okay. I think that's about right.
Yeah,
3 or 4.
3 or 4, because their main issue was their backline, and there's Radaglia, and they're not very good players. They were overrated in the trade period. Not just that, Soldo I think, could be a really good ruckman. But does he fit with Port Adelaide's like very fast-paced game style? I don't know.
I mean, I don't see why not. He can adapt.
Well,
It'll
think
take
about it,
a
they
while for
played
him to
Jeremy
adapt to.
Finlayson as their ruck mainly, and he was good with their speed. They played him over Lysette because Lysette couldn't run
Lysette's
with the
just-
players.
He's shit as Lysette. And apparently Saints were going to sign him.
I saw
Shit.
that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm happy we didn't.
At
3, I have Melbourne,
yeah,
which...
I agree. I still think they will probably finish. They should finish top 4, but
if Bailey Fritsch stays fit like he should, then I think they make top 4.
yeah.
He serves them well.
He does. Number 2, I have Brisbane.
Yeah, Brisbane.
Number 1, Collingwood.
I hate to say it, but I think it's gonna
Collingwood are by far the best team in the AFL, and Brisbane are very good.
Yeah.
I still think Brisbane.
I'm actually backing Brisbane to win this year.
I think they really needed to add another midfielder with Ashcroft probably missing the majority of the year.
I don't think I need any more midfielders.
I honestly thought, because there was rumours Prestia, Sam Edmonds said on FCN he might want to go back up to Queensland. And I was thinking you could probably get him for like an early 3rd round pick to fill in the role that Ashcroft missed for the first half of the year. And then see where you go from there.
I just don't think it's worth it, really.
Oh, well, they're going to play, what is it, Robertson?
Devin Robertson.
Yeah,
he's
he'll
a gun.
play midfield. He's good.
He's a gun.
And Collingwood, they got better.
They do lose, not Collingwood, Brisbane, they do lose Jack Gunston, though. Which,
He was washed. Yeah, they didn't even need
I don't
him.
think it's that big of a
They
loss,
brought in
to be honest,
Doty,
but-
and he'll miss the first half of the
Who?
year. Tom Doty. Or
Oh,
Duday. Duday, I should say.
Doty. Duday.
Duday, yeah.
Yeah, I think he's right. They got him for nothing,
Nothing, yeah.
which is, that's...
And then after this year, next draft, not this draft, but the next, they'll add another Ashcroft with probably a top 5 pick. So they'll continue to steamroll the comp. Collingwood got better. They added Schultz.
I'm just waiting for the Saints
he's a gun.
father sons to come through.
Richmond
our
never
dynasty
have
team.
any, man.
Not really a dynasty team because we didn't win any flags, but from our
Maybe a
insane...
dynasty in making the finals 22 times in a row or something. Let me know what you guys think down below about our AFL ladder prediction. Who had a better prediction? I think yours was more reliable.
I think mine's a bit...
Yours was very basic. Mine turned out wasn't that basic in the end because I had Freo dropping, GWS making the 4. We both had Essendon in the 8.
I think Essendon do make the 8.
Yeah. Leave a like, subscribe, and comment your thoughts down below, and we'll see you guys
Hit
next
the
time.
notification bell.
I think so, maybe.
That's it.
Goodbye.
Through the wastelands, through the highways.